Hi love, it's me, your Femboy. I'm celebrating hitting 2,000 subscribers. That is bonkers to me. I'm surprised 200 people would like me, let alone like 10 times that? Is that what 2,000 is? I'm not good with math, I'm sorry. So math clearly isn't my strong suit, but answering questions on the internet, I think that I could do that a little better. So without further ado, here is our first question. Smug Boi asked, would you rather fight 1,000 mantis-sized bears or 1 bear-sized mantis? Okay, so I would actually pick a bear-sized mantis. And sure, I was thinking at first, oh, maybe I could do like a Bobinski style, like little bear circus if I had 1,000 like little itty bitty boys like that. But the problem is they probably would still be a little feisty and not super snuggly or ready to do like circus tricks. At least with a bear-sized mantis, I don't think mantises are really that violent, so they'll kind of just be like my buddy. I'll kind of be like Totoro, but with a bug. My friend Mantis. Oh, that's really bad. I'm sorry. ArkDragneel asked, bork bork woof or woof woof bork? That is a toughie. Honestly, I'd probably do just bork bork bork. Bork 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 bork. I would actually rather do bork bork arf, honestly. I feel like that's a nice little puppy thing to say, is arf arf, you know? God, you guys are gonna think I'm a fucking furry. I'm sorry. I just like to go puppy mode. I'm sorry. You can be a puppy and not be a furry. I was literally so tired. I was gonna say, you could be a puppy and not be a Furby. I mean, true, but that is not what I meant. CashewDino asks, what games do you prefer to play for multiplayer? So really the only games I've even played like recently-ish that has multiplayer in it is like Destiny 2. That was last year. So definitely not very lately. So I also really like to play, if it counts, I like Animal Crossing. Cause sure, you kind of just like go over to your friends' islands and just like goof around. But I would rather do that, honestly, than have to fight my friends and shoot them in the face, because that's going to make me cry. And that is no bueno for anyone. An angel asked, who's a good boy? I mean, maybe? Just kidding. Jiggy. Duh. Morschlein asks, this is my hamster. What do you think? I think he is a respectable gentleman. He's just like a little fellow. A little sir, really. Just a little critter. Critters have feelings. Critters have feelings too. Smug Boi also asks, if you were a polyhedron, which one would you be? I actually don't know any polyhedrons and I am too lazy to look it up. So I would say, is polyamorous a polyhedron? Because that one is pretty darn cool, I think. Bibby asks, would you like to have really long hair or do you prefer shorter? So you could probably tell my hair is a lot longer than it has been in the past, and it's because I am trying to grow it out a little bit. And honestly, it's probably because I'm doing so many cosplays with like really long wigs, but I'm looking at myself with long hair and being like, dang, that doesn't look like too bad at all. So I don't know, I'm trying something different. I used to have long hair when I was younger, so I associate like gross non-femme me that was really fat with long hair for myself. So that's why I haven't done it in forever. But now I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I could like actually pull it off like a little bit better now. So I would say really long hair, like for sure. Germanic-Hispanic asked, wanna play chess? I can, but I prefer checkers because this brain does not do good in a game like chess. Honestly, I can't even remember the names of the pieces half the time. So it's like the castle, the queen, and the horsey. That's what it's called, right? That's the technical Oxford term. The horsey. Look it up. A really good friend of mine, DerpiestGameBlast, asks 3 questions, which numero uno, what are your biggest tips to people who want to get into more feminine things, like clothing you can't do due to things like unsupported parents or budget constraints? So I would say do baby steps. You don't have to assemble like a whole super cute femme outfit out the gate. It's actually really easy to get things like thigh highs from even just like places like Amazon. And it's really, really affordable. Plus, you can wear thigh highs under jeans. So you could still look cute and femme when you're by yourself, if you're wearing like cute little like lounge shorts. But then as soon as you need to go out and you are around like homophobic parents, you could just slip on some jeans and boom, they won't know you're wearing some programming socks under those bad boys. So I would say, and even just small things too, like I find some things that help me feel really feminine is just like take time to like treat yourself. Like take like nice baths with like bath bombs and stuff. Like get yourself really smooth and get like a nice but affordable like real femme smelling lotion. And if you just smother that on yourself after, you're gonna feel so feminine. It's one of the first things I did when I first went in femme. And oh my God, the feeling of like that super uber smooth skin for the first time, especially after being such a hairy boy for most of my life, is freaking amazing. Even just doing small itty bitty things like that can make a huge difference, I promise. Number 2, besides being cute, thank you. What are some of your other favorite pastimes? I like to cook a lot. I am not a chef, but I definitely like to do chefly things. I also really like video games, hang out with friends, and I also am starting to teach myself to sew. It's kind of like I want to make plushies. You could tell I have a couple of them. And I'm like, you know what? It'd be fun to make my own too. That way I can make the perfect plush. Because sometimes you go to stores and you're trying to find that perfect plushie and you can't find it. So I thought, well, what if I could just make it? So those are just a couple little silly things that the silly old me does in my free time. If I got to work with anybody of my choice on anything, whether it be a famous actor or a musician or something, what would it be? Like, it'd be really cool to have like a really popular YouTuber who I look up to. Like, if I could be like in a video of theirs or something. I would do anything to be a guest on like Puppet History. That's one of my favorite series ever. I'm obsessed with those spooky ghoul boys anyway, and especially in puppet form. But I don't know, just being around Shane and Ryan would make me scream. Either in a Puppet History format or even just doing something spooky with them. It'd be really cool to go like a haunted house or Knott's Berry Farm. I've always wanted to go there, and their videos where they do the boysenberry stuff there is literally like in my top 5 comfort videos. There's just anything with them honestly would make me the happiest boy in the entire planet. I know it's not gonna happen. I'm a teeny tiny YouTuber and I don't even know if they would have a femboy on their channel, but you know, here's hoping. Got another question similar to this, so I'm gonna be answering them both here. So random Mex again 5071 asked, how was the weight loss journey? Would love to hear your diets, femboy workouts, and overall just how healthy you are now compared to years ago. Really would love to hear this. And the other one I got that was similar, Dadro3148, where they asked how I lost weight so quickly. So I've talked about this a teeny tiny bit. I did not do it in the healthiest way I should have, like, just to be completely honest. I cut back calories, but I pushed it way too hard. And in the end, I probably hurt myself, and is the reason I have, like, you know, loose skin. It is not something that I would recommend doing. Well, I'd recommend maybe the reducing calorie intake part, because that's a huge factor in how I lost so much weight. But just don't do it as crazy as me. Like, you will be so much happier if you just take your time. Also, workout routines. I run a lot. I also do a ton of squats. And I love to go walk out on the town a bunch. Like, even just like going out and window shopping. If you do it like and spend like a whole afternoon, you burn so many calories that way. And it's way funner than just like fast walking through a neighborhood or something like Gail. So I would really recommend that. And health-wise, probably a lot healthier, definitely way more energy, a lot more energy. If you are trying to lose weight, just be safe, okay? Wawa Lizard 309 asked, well, they first said hello. I just want to say first, I love your content. Thank you. It has helped me a lot with makeup and stuff. My question for you is if you play any instruments, or what instruments do you want to be able to play? So I actually have a keyboard, which is right here. That being said, I do not play it nearly as much as I should. But I would really like to get back into it, and it's something I think I could potentially be at least decent at. I got these long fingies. It's something I think that would be really fun, and I love synthwave music. It would just be really cool to make my own like music and stuff, I think. Daytrick Influence 8619 asked, what exactly inspired you to begin? Well, your process. I'm asking as many people like me as I can to try and find similarities. I'm guessing you meant like sort of becoming a femboy, because I did describe it in a video from forever ago. But long story short, gender to me was something I didn't really think about until I started to become like a man. And then that really grossed me out. So then I thought, oh, the only solution to this is to become a girl, because that's the only way I could be pretty and feminine in my head. And so I went on hormones, became a trans girl for a couple years, and realized this also doesn't feel right. Like, I don't like being called a girl that much. It doesn't feel like me. And then I sort of experimented and eventually found out I can be a boy. I could just be a pretty one. Overall, it's just feeling uncomfortable in my skin, and like I didn't have any other options at the time. And eventually with experimentation, found something I am happy with. So I hope that answers your question. So sorry Deidara 8121, which also I like your Akatsuki reference in your username, said, I'm trans, male to female. I want to get on HRT. Is it hard to do so? Well, FX has a hat on you, and I love you, Bork. I love you too. You're so sweet. For me, I actually was really lucky, and I lived in California when I started on HRT, and there it's a lot easier, at least in my experience. So it was not super tricky, although I feel like you need to find a really good support group and a really good hospital and like doctor to do it. And thankfully there's a lot more opportunities than say where I live now, which is like in hillbilly USA. So also it has had a couple effects on me. I definitely don't look like a troll in the dungeon anymore, which is a huge thing I'm happy for. It also has made my skin a lot smoother. I don't get body hair as much. I have a bit of titty growth, but not like a massive amount. Also, certain not safe for work things are harder to do now. It has its drawbacks, but I would say almost all of it is positive. Especially if you're male to female, you are going to love the changes. I would actually recommend injections. That's what my girlfriend uses. So I would also totally recommend it. I still need to try it though. I just am a baby and I don't like needles. Nick on Planet Ripple asked, what's your favorite spoopy movie? Or top, if it's too hard to narrow down to just one. That is really hard. As you guys know, love Halloween. Love anything spooky, scary, skeleton-y, all of my favorites. So I actually might have to narrow it down to 3 because I'm having a really hard time picking just one. So thanks for giving me the wiggle room. So I would say it is probably either Beetlejuice, and not just because I kind of look like Gina Davis. Everyone says it, but Nightmare Before Christmas is my favorite movie of all time. And I feel like for me, a Halloween is incomplete without watching it the first day of October, because I feel like This Is Halloween just gets you ready for the spooky season. And then a movie that isn't really a Halloween-y movie, but I feel like is a fun horror movie, so becomes kind of spooky, is What We Do in the Shadows, which is an incredible movie, and definitely if you like vampires or just like silly like comedies, I feel like it is amazing, top notch. It's just dripping with like meme potential, and it has, like, I bet probably seen a meme from it before. I would love to get Dead But Delicious tattooed on me somewhere. I hope that answered your question. Also, I really want to say it really fast, but please subscribe to Nick. He's one of my favorite Lego YouTubers ever, and just such a sweetheart. So like, please, if you don't mind. If you want to know where I got my love of Bionicle from, watch his Lego Rewind video. It's incredible. But really, thank you so much for being so kind to me. I really appreciate it. Okay, sorry. So GTG Boys Ma 4563 asks, does the time you spent on Earth really felt fast? And what do you plan to do in the future? Kind of an existential question, really. I would say, time does feel really fast. That it's crazy to me that October went by so quickly, and Christmas is literally right around the corner. I feel like I literally just recorded that video with my cereal taste test. I would say though, for the future, I do have a lot of plans, even just like YouTube wise. I really would like to prioritize it next year. I feel like the nostalgia series I do really kind of, it makes me excited to do YouTube again. I still love the Femboy stuff, like duh. I don't know, it's just like something fun to look forward to, and hopefully if I play my cards right, there should be a new nostalgia video coming out soon that I'm looking forward to. And actually, I can give you a quick sneak peek of what it's gonna be. Well, you'll see. I promise that it's not going to be just me tearing it to bits. I know that's what most people have done for the show on YouTube, but I like to be more positive, even though it is pretty wacky, to say the least. So I'm really looking forward to that. John Awakens, advice for making an oversized sweater or a hoodie look work as a beginner non-open femboy, please and thank you. So what I would recommend is get them really, well, obviously, like you mentioned it, oversized. So I go a little overboard. I try to find the biggest possible size, but I'm also tall, so I need to get a bigger size than say if you're shorter. Like for me, I look for at least a 3X because I know it's gonna look big on me. It's gonna make me look smaller and petite, but especially like the hoodie I wore in my Femboy costume tips for Halloween. That hoodie from Vampire Freaks is a 5XL. It makes me feel like a baby in it. So just wearing like really oversized stuff like that I feel like is really good, especially if you're non-open, because you could just say it's cozy. And so I would just say get the biggest size possible, because that's what I do. And honestly, it's just cute, no matter whether you're an open femboy or not. It's just cute on everybody. Makes you look like babies. All right, so the Zoinks Man 7926 asked, "Do it fart? Lol. What do you think?" Jeez. So J9316 asks, "What happened to the FNAF review cereal?" All right, so she's been really busy. She's been editing it entirely by herself, and it's like we did an hour of footage, so it's a ginormous clip, and I'm hoping that it'll be done before we get too far into November, but I don't know. I'll ask her and I'll let you know. SirTaiKiaCDXX asks, "Are you a cat or a dog person? And if so, why?" It's not a secret that I am obsessed with Pomeranians, and it's probably because I have a pom-pom. Because of Jiggy, I feel like I've fallen in love with dogs so hard. Like, don't get me wrong, I definitely don't hate cats, but doggos are incredible, sweet little babies. So definitely I like the doggers. Experiment Gamer 3149 asked, "How do you look so pretty?" I'm sorry, I do the same thing whenever anyone tells me that. It's just like, it just always, and literally like every single person who says who thinks I'm pretty or cute, like, you make me a blushy boy when you compliment me. This is what you do. You're so sweet. Thank you. I would say though, as like to answer the question, makeup. Makeup helps so much. I do not think I'm nearly as pretty without it. I know somebody in my life who is going to comment and say, "Lies, you look even prettier natural." But nuh-uh, ma'am, I do not. You're just a sweetheart too. Yeah, makeup, and I guess maybe genetics, but I don't know. I feel like the makeup's doing the real heavy lift in here. So yeah, thank you guys so much. It literally makes my entire day that anybody would enjoy my content at all. It's something that I don't put nearly as much time into as I should. So the fact that people even do like it, like the fact that over 2,000 people liked it enough that they wanted to stick with silly old me, like, actually just warms this little heart. So thank you so much. Like, I literally can't thank you enough. Like, I could say thank you a bajillion times in a video, but that'd probably get a little boring. And I love you so much, and thank you for supporting silly old me. And if you didn't get the chance to give a question here, like, my DMs are always open. I try to respond to as many people as I can. And worst case, if we hit 3,000, new Q&A video. So there's that. I love you, I wub you, and I want to rub you too. Bye!